I'm 79 years old, and most nights end the same way now. The painkillers fade, but the guilt of leaving my big brother grows sharper with each passing night. That sentence keeps circling in my head because it's the truest thing I know. I don't say it for drama. I say it because that's exactly how it feels when the house goes quiet and my leg starts to throb again. The ache in the bone is dull, familiar. The other pain is not. I sit in this chair by the window every evening. The doctors tell me the fracture healed as well as it could, given my age. They talk about bone density and recovery timelines. I listen politely, but none of that is what keeps me awake. What keeps me awake is memory. I was the younger brother. I always will be, even now. My brother was 6 years older than me, bigger, steadier. When we were boys, he walked on the side of the road closer to traffic. I never thanked him for that. I never even noticed it at the time. He stayed close to home. I didn't. When I left in my 20s, it felt reasonable, necessary even. I had a job opportunity, a chance to be someone outside the shadow of my family. No one stopped me. No one begged me to stay. That made it easier to go. I told myself I wasn't leaving him. I was just leaving the house. In my 30s, I built routines that didn't include him. Work days ran long. Weekends were for rest. Phone calls became shorter, less frequent, always postponed. I thought closeness could survive on updates. I was wrong, but not loudly wrong, quietly wrong. The damage didn't announce itself, it accumulated. I missed his milestones. Not all at once, but enough. A birthday here, a family dinner there. Each time I had a reason. Each reason sounded solid. I told myself he understood. I never asked if he did. Years later, when I finally visited, the house felt unfamiliar, smaller, heavier. He moved slower. I noticed lines on his face I didn't remember earning. We talked about safe things, weather, repairs, old neighbors. I stood there knowing I should say more, something honest, something overdue. I didn't. I left with the same promise I always made. I'll come back soon. I believed it when I said it. Then came the fall. A simple mistake, a fractured leg. Suddenly, I needed help for everything I'd taken for granted. In the hospital, time stretched. Days blurred together, nights dragged. That's when it hit me again, clearer than before. The painkillers fade, but the guilt of leaving my big brother grows sharper with each passing night. That line didn't come to me all at once. It built itself in pieces. When the nurse adjusted my leg, I remembered him carrying me when I twisted my ankle as a kid. When the room went quiet, I remembered how steady he was in silence. Then the calls slowed. Then the updates changed tone. No one said the words serious at first. They never do. I told myself I'd visit once I could walk again. I told myself he'd wait. He always had. The call came early. Too early for bad news. But it was bad anyway. I didn't cry. I didn't shout. I just felt something close, like a door shutting without sound. I couldn't go to the funeral. The leg, the doctors, the timing. Or maybe it was fear. I don't untangle that anymore. What I know is this. That night, lying awake, the painkillers fading, the guilt took full shape. The painkillers fade, but the guilt of leaving my big brother grows sharper with each passing night. It wasn't just a thought anymore. It was a rhythm. Now, years later, it still is. I replay moments that seemed harmless back then. Calls I rushed, visits I shortened, silences I accepted. I thought time was patient. I thought relationships paused when unattended. They don't. What can't be fixed is not the distance. It's the assumption that distance doesn't matter. I assumed there would always be a next visit, a better time, a calmer season. There wasn't. If you're listening and someone comes to mind, I won't tell you what to do. I don't trust advice that doesn't cost the speaker anything. I can only tell you what it cost me. It cost me the chance to be present while it mattered. It cost me a voice I can no longer hear correcting me quietly. The painkillers fade, but the guilt of leaving my big brother grows sharper with each passing night. I repeat it now because I live inside it. I don't expect relief anymore. I expect honesty. My time is shorter now. I feel that. I spend it differently, not because I learned early, but because I learned too late. Tonight will end the same way. This chair, this window, this memory. And my brother, standing where I left him, waiting longer than he should have had to.